which sets the executive up for success. We asked the parties for their views, and we have listened. Following a lot of discussions over the weekend and over the last few days, this morning I've brought forward a new plan that reasonably and generously responds to the parties' concerns and provides Northern Ireland ministers with
more money
for a restored executive worth in excess of £3 billion.
£3.3 billion.
Provides solutions to many of the
33.
issues the parties have raised. The parties have asked for a new formula for deciding how much Northern Ireland receives from the UK government. We have agreed to establish such a model reflecting the different levels of need in Northern Ireland. That would see funding uplifted through the Barnett formula by 24% from 2024-2025. The parties have asked for assistance with public sector pay. This package includes £584 million to address this. The parties asked for money to stabilise Northern Ireland's public services. We have made available more than £1 billion for them to do this. The parties have raised concerns about their existing debt. Now, I've been clear that we will be prepared to take steps to address those concerns of the Northern Ireland Executive if the Northern Ireland Executive publishes and implements a plan to deliver sustainable public finances and services. On top of that, the UK government has committed more than £30 million to immediately start tackling health waiting lists. And indeed, following the PSNI data breach, we have granted an initial reserve claim of £15 million, which would not need to be repaid. And we have offered to create an enhanced investment zone in Northern Ireland worth over £150 million. It is disappointing that there will not be a new executive up and running to take up this offer and deliver it for the people of Northern Ireland before Christmas. However, this package is on the table and will remain there, available on day one of an incoming Northern Ireland executive to take up. This is a generous package, but like any government, an incoming executive will have to make decisions on its priorities going forward. That will need to include, as part of this offer,
on the table
the revenue
until the day ends when they go back on the 18th of January 2024.
Has also held extensive talks with the Democratic Unionist Party on the Windsor Framework over the last 8 months. I'd like to thank the DUP and its leadership for the way they've engaged constructively in those talks. In particular, the government has sought to address the specific concerns raised by the DUP prior to and during these negotiations. From our perspective, those talks on all the issues of substance have reached a conclusion. We stand ready to introduce a package of measures that have been worked on together, should the DUP reach a decision to proceed. I have always believed that Northern Ireland is best governed by locally elected and accountable MLAs. They can use the financial package and put in place the policies that will transform public services for the better of everyone across the whole of Northern Ireland. And there is before us a great opportunity for the parties to return to governing on behalf of the people who elected them. The financial package that is now before the parties would set Northern Ireland on a sustainable footing with a bright future ahead. So, to end, these financial talks have concluded, and there is a financial package worth in excess of £3 billion on the table should the executive be restored. From our perspective, the Windsor Framework talks on all issues of substance have effectively concluded, but we're always happy to answer concerns and any questions on these. The UK government also stands ready to deliver on the outcomes of the Windsor Framework talks when the institutions are restored. It is now time for decisions to be made.
And that was the Northern Ireland Secretary Chris Heaton Harris there.